Hi, it's Michael Shikic with the Injury Law Firm. One of the questions that we're frequently asked is, what do I do with my medical bills and how do I pay them? Okay, let's talk about the type of insurance that typically is out there and how you handle it when you're dealing with a car accident or some sort of auto accident and the bills that come due. Typically, there's three types of insurance that can get activated. First of all, almost everyone, when they buy their car insurance, not always, but frequently, they'll buy what's called MedPay or medical coverage insurance. That's insurance that you've bought that runs or kind of is associated with your car. And if you're in an auto accident, whether you caused it or not, whether you were the victim of being hit or whatever, you have the right to file a claim for medical coverage. That's the first type of insurance that's out there. Secondly, many people carry health insurance. Most people in this day and age get it through work. Some people buy it privately. But there's health insurance coverage that just is out there to cover you if you were to get sick. Third, there is the insurance that is covered on the vehicle that caused the accident. The guy who ran the red light. His vehicle will have insurance. Now, what we typically see at our firm is that people go into the doctor, they go to the emergency room, wherever it is, and they say, well, don't bill me. I didn't cause the accident. Bill the other guy. He caused the accident. Here's the problem. That other guy's insurance, they're not going to pay typically. It's not always, but this is pretty much the way it happens. They're not going to pay until the very end when everything's bundled into one package. And so what I find with my clients is that they incur these medical bills. They're not getting paid by the insurance company that covers the guy who caused the accident. And in the meantime, they're getting these billing notices and these late dues and these threats to send it to a bill collector. Here's the way I think is the most efficient way to do it. If you're in an accident, first of all, submit the bill under the medical pay that is on the insurance with your car. Use that insurance first. If you use that up, and typically it does get used up, then submit the insurance to your health insurance and let them cover it. And that way the bills are being paid. And the other advantage to doing that is often if you go through an insurance company, they negotiate a lower rate than what you'd have to pay out of pocket if you just pay it yourself. So that's the way to go. Then when you're well, or when you know that you're going to be healthy and you're ready to settle your lawsuit, you bundle it all together into one big package. All your medical bills, all the lost time from work, all the kind of permanent limitations you might have, they're all bundled into one big package, and you submit that to the insurance company for the guy who caused the accident. And that's when you get your settlement. Now, one thing that a lot of people don't realize is that when you get that bundle, when you get it settled, out of that money, you'll have to take a portion of that money and you'll have to pay back the auto medical coverage that you had on your car. And if your health insurance paid any of it, you'll have to take a portion of that and pay that back to the health insurance people as well for what they paid out. So it's not like they're paying and they're not going to get their money back. They're going to get their money back, and it's going to probably be through you and your lawyer who managed to negotiate a settlement. So that is, I think, the most efficient way to do it. Now, it is through your MedPay, through your health insurance, and then when you seek a final settlement, or if you go to trial, a final jury verdict at the end against the guy who caused the accident. Here's the problem. What happens if you don't have enough MedPay? Or what happens if you don't have health insurance? Or what if there's a really long time period there between what it takes to get well and before you're going to get a final settlement or a trial date with the person who caused the accident? In some instances, you can do what's called a lien. And a lien is a legal document that essentially says, hey, hospital or doctor, you're going to make an agreement that you're not going to come after me for collection, and I'm agreeing that I'm going to pay you up front and first. That can be a rather complicated legal process. And what I would typically recommend is if you're going to handle these insurance lien issues, you probably want a lawyer in the loop. As I do with all my videos, I want to remind you that this is, remember when you watch like the X Games and they tell you that this is something only a professional should do, don't practice this at home? This is information for you, but if you get in the thick of it, you're probably safest to get a lawyer involved to make sure that it's being handled or done right. So to recap, the way you want to handle an outstanding medical bill is first of all submit it to your medical coverage under your car, and if you don't have it or if you've used that up, then submit it on the health coverage that you have either through work or if you've bought your own health policy. And then when you finally get the whole case settled, you'll get the money that you're owed from the person who caused the accident from his or her insurer. If you want more information that covers in more detail the information I just shared with you, I've drafted a what I call an injury law firm alert, and it's a newsletter that I've done that puts forth more information about the process. This one is called 11 Auto Insurance Facts You Need to Know. If you want that, go to our webpage, our website, injurylawfirm.net, and there'll be a tab under media, and it's got a number of articles that the firm has written, but you'll see in there under alerts, Injury Law Firm alerts, there'll be one that talks about 11 auto insurance facts you need to know. Print it out. I hope you'll find it helpful. Thanks for watching.